Hey, what's up? Welcome to Space Couch. How are you? Uh, we're just gonna do a little reconfiguring and cause configurate cause you know how it is out here in the coldness of the black. How are you? It's been a week. I lo- there was an update here that logged me out of all life support and stuff like that. So we're living on a razor's edge of fatality. I'm just gonna go into the chat room here, and if you listen on the podcast, it's just me trying not to die at the start of every show, and because you got to get all this stuff going, and how you been? I've been good. I've been good. Just out here in the void, and we're ready to go. So now that I'm pretty sure that we're not going to fall into a black hole or get pulled into the orbit of a rogue planet, we'll just uh, we'll just go. Oh goodness gracious. YouTube chat might not be working today. I mean, why would anything work ever? I mean, you know how it is. Uh, okay, and we'll just do that one more time. We're gonna open that in the browser. Lord. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We'll just go. Yeah, so, oh, that's gonna make me angry. All right, one one more one more try, and then we'll be very professional and do professional person things. Um, did I just? All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. 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 All right, Space Cateers. We will just we'll just if you're commenting on another channel, I can't see it today. That happens sometimes. Facebook only. Well, what is going on? Uh, thank you for showing up, everybody. We can't see you yet, David. We'll bring you in just a second, but uh, you know, let's do a word from our sponsors with the latest from Ty. All right, that's not going to work either. All right, we're just going to do a little bit of that. Check out on tigerswalkdigital.com the upcoming Mortimer and Ash vinyl release. New from Mr. Zoth and the Were Spiders, Great Mortality. Then we have Sugar Plum Suicide with their new single Serpentine on Tiger Squawk Records. Followed by the new Mr. Zoth and the Were Spiders, Cosmic Dread. He's on a roll. And then we have Cedar Hill Furniture, Liquidation EP, the very finest in furniture-based techno. The Gothsicles in Roanoke, Virginia on February 14th. Check all that out. Okay, we're going to give the chat room one more try. All right, all right. Why would it work? Why would it work? Okay. Reload. Um, you know. You're in AV, you are. So and okay, okay, okay. We'll just do that. We'll do that. All right. I am so exquisitely sorry about those shenanigans at the start. Mike, why would God? Oh, God damn it! Why? I just I broke it. Oh, God damn it! Oh, I so wanted this one to go well. I'm gonna go eat a fucking bullet after this. Sorry to make it weird. All right, so we'll bring you in just a second. Um, mm, 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 mm. Can I see? Come on. All right, fine, whatever. We'll do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Subspace. Okay, what's going on? We can see you.
Hey.
That was the worst intro we've ever had in 48 episodes. I
Oh
do
man.
horrifically apply. David, what is going on, buddy?
Hi. Hi
Hey,
guys.
thank you so much for hanging
What's
out
up?
uh, for this really great episode of Space Couch. I've been looking forward to talking to you. You've always been really great in the chat rooms and stuff. So, all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, out here into space, we have visual graphics wizard and member of several industrial bands, David of Subspace. What is up? How are you?
What's going on, man? I'm well.
Great.
I'm adequate.
Fantastic. The adequate. Well, we'll see if we can level you up
Huh.
in just a second. So let's get into this. What is Subspace and how did it start?
All right. Pardon me. Subspace is a DJ collective. It's me and my bro Isaac Rosenthal, who you
Woo.
may know from his performance with you.
Fellow
Yeah.
Gossical Isaac.
Yes. And then whoever we can kind of scrounge up for guest appearances when we need them. We'll have like DJ Ecto from Milwaukee and stuff. He'll play with us. But the whole point of Subspace started as us wanting to be able to play chip tunes on a really big system.
Nice.
That was the thing. And we're like, oh, we need a video game reference name. So we took Subspace from the American Mario 2. I always thought it was a lot more interesting seeing visuals and
That's
stuff.
from Mario 2?
Yeah, it's
That's
a reference.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
It's awesome. It's either that or a lot of people think it's like Subspace, like subs and doms and things like that. So there was like, oh, we thought this was a dom
Really?
or something. Yeah,
That's funny. I didn't put that
I'll-
together. But...
I'll take it. I don't
Sure.
care.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'll take it. Whatever. But yeah, I always thought that we needed something for the people who want to dance. You know, DJs will play the beats. For the people who want to drink, there's always the alcohol. And then if you just want to sit there and not do anything, there's nothing going on, you know?
Right.
I always was interested in the space between the channels. It sounds kind of dumb, but
No, that totally works.
know,
I mean, that's kind of where I exist. So like, I'm
Right.
feeling that.
yeah, I would always hold like the channel selector like halfway just between channels or something. And it's like there's stuff there, man. So that's kind of
Yes!
what I wanted to.
That is pretty Lovecraftian.
Right.
Speaking of which, Matt Hawks says, "Hi, fellow Lovecraftian from out here on on the East Coast."
Nice.
It is always great to check in with anyone from my old stomping grounds in
Huh.
Milwaukee. Wait for it, Wisconsin.
Scanson.
Wisconsin. Oh yeah. We'll get some bags and some crayons
Yeah.
and
Go get some fish fry.
and
Go
some
get some
malt.
ice cream when it's like 10 degrees out.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, tropical
Tell you-
paradise. You're in the
Right.
you're in the positive. Temperature got all the
Fucking
way up to 0.
Oh shit.
So,
Excitement.
do you So do you gig out as Subspace? Is that how it works?
Yeah, we've got a residency at Dick's, Milwaukee. We do the visuals and DJing for Coven, which is a drag show, kind of like the
Oh,
more
nice.
alternative drag shows, and that's really awesome. I kind of get to push the limits a little bit there of what you normally think you'd hear at like a gay bar or a drag show. So that's kind of cool. And then we play all over the place. We play at Club Anything quite a
Yeah.
bit. We'll do a lot of opening up for people around town and things like that. We played up in Madison at Crucible
Hell
recently
yeah.
with our operating tracks, which is our industrial night. We've got one of those coming up at Mad Planet at
Wow.
the end of February. We've done it at Mad Planet a few times.
Mad
Um,
Planet. Nice,
yeah,
man.
the last Mad Planet gig that we had as operating tracks, which again is our industrial night, we had Stabbing Westward come and hang out. Or
What?
not Yeah, was it? No? Shit. I think it was. I feel really dumb now because I forgot who it was that I
Well,
played with.
we'll
It was
call it
Stabbing
Stabbing
Westward, right?
Westward.
I think it was because I played with him with Project 44, I think.
Word.
What?
We'll get into that too. I just want to, for the listener, Mad Planet is. I don't know if this is the case anymore, but back in the 1820s when I was in high school, that was like if you were an underage industrial kid, that's where you went. That was like the underage
Sure. Yeah.
industrial night in Milwaukee, and they would have live shows like every now and then. But you have a night there that's awesome. So you get to bring those 8-bit visuals to a whole new generation.
Right. It's really nice to be able to play all around town. Being able to play at Mad Planet, there's a lot of foot traffic there, so we get to have a new audience. And then when we'll play at Club Anything, we've got like our core industrial goth people coming through.
Hell
Um,
yeah! And it's
but
still. Can you
so,
answer as a resident? Is it still? Is it like a colloquial thing to call it Club Anything, or is it because it changed its name to like the local? I don't know how
yeah,
to.
it was the local Club Anything. I think
Okay.
he's gonna change it. I think he's gonna drop that branding for a while, but
Okay.
I just call it Club Anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody knows it as. So
Sure.
you know.
And it used to be something else, but we'll get into that too.
Right.
So you can catch uh, the core members, David and fellow Gossicle Isaac, at all the cool places around the MKE,
Yeah.
Milwaukee,
Try to do
Wisconsin.
stuff. Yeah.
Word, word. Um, how did how do you get into uh, what I want to call? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like glitch visuals. Like that's gonna be my these live visuals are gonna be my thing.
Uh, I always just liked watching stuff while I was listening to music, man.
Mm-hmm.
The whole
No, totally.
like the
We have a very audiovisual component to the Gossicles. I mean, I feel you there.
yeah, and that's actually one of the things I really liked about you guys and other bands that have like this big visual component is that music's cool and everything, but I've always been like I really like to see how things line up, or
Mm-hmm.
if you match visuals that don't belong here, you'll get something completely different.
Right?
And that's yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean. I just got excited. I didn't mean to talk over you, but it can.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's exactly. It's cool to find other people that are enthusiastic about it.
Oh, your wife confirms that it was Stabbing Westward.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
What's up to Angie? No, yeah, dude, I totally feel you. I got to meet that guy at the at backstage at one of the Cold Waves we played, and that was like, we should not be talking. Like, but it was cool.
They were great. They were great guys, and it was nice that they came down and hung out, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah, they're
So,
into it. I mean, like,
yeah,
uh, at once darlings of MTV or something. And
sure.
I've told the story on Space Couch before, but real quick, we played sort of after them in at Cold Waves. They were like obviously the big get, and then we were sort of
Right.
the after party downstairs. And so my big joke was thanks to Stabbing Westward for opening, and and then I hear this, hey, fuck you. And he was in the front row, like giving me shit.
Sweet.
I didn't expect him to be there. So it's like, yeah, that was
That's awesome.
They don't. What's the word I'm looking for? Phone it in. Good
No.
guys, those guys, and new album out. But
Serious business.
we don't want to go off on stabbing westward because we have the
No.
great David of Subspace here with us on the Subspace couch.
Oh
Um,
snap.
yeah, I mean, maybe like we crossed the streams in space, which is why none of the chat rooms outside of Facebook are working today. I'm really
Oh
sorry if you're on
space.
Twitch or YouTube right now. I can't see you. Go to facebook.com/spacecouch show. So, not only do you drop the live visuals, you are a total rock star now, playing in not only
Huh.
Project 44 but Conformco. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate to be able to play with some pretty awesome acts, and I think Conformco is definitely Project 44 is cool, and Conformco is kind of a nice super jam. Even if I wasn't part of it, man, I'd be super into that shit because it is awesome.
Oh yeah, I got to do a best of 2019 show on another podcast, and definitely had to choose Consumer Holiday Product as
Right.
one of my top tracks. It's really good. What do you do in those bands?
I run visuals for both of those bands, and I'll occasionally yell things into a microphone.
That's
You know,
awesome.
you know how that goes.
No, I don't. What's a microphone? Are you coming with us on the Midwest tour?
Yes.
Awesome!
Yeah. It's gonna be
Ladies and
awesome, man.
gentlemen, I will be fortunate enough to go on tour with my guest today, the great David Kultgen of Subspace, for 3 shows. Check those out in March, and I don't have those
March.
dates in front of me.
Like 13th, 14th, and ish
Look
somewhere.
at you on
It's around
point.
there
Someone's
somewhere.
a responsible person. I bet your chat rooms never fail. Check that out with the Gossicles, the Mighty Conformco, Wisconsin's own Sweat Boys, and last week's guest, the amazing Absinthe of Faith. Oh,
Dude,
that's so
Sweat
cool.
Boys. I just
And-
want to give a shout out to Sweat Boys,
Sweat Boys.
being awesome
They
and
were
being the best.
the best, dude. They were on that. They were the other pick on the other. What's up
Yeah?
to Tanner Hart?
Perfect.
Killer Witch. The best 2019 thing I did. I had to throw in
Oh, yeah.
Sweat Boys' "I Don't Love You."
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
that was just. I'm so looking forward to that, and I mean, all their music is great, but you know, you and I get to wax all things Nintendo, which we might get into later.
Yeah, that's going to take a little while. When we
It's
get
gonna
there.
take. Well, I mean, so you are. Oh, I'm getting. I gotta move a message out of the way. You know,
Oh, jeez.
all these, you know, charts and stuff that come up are.
Yeah, sure.
You know, on the spaceship.
Space Sharks?
Space charts, like
Sure.
you don't want to collide into an asteroid or anything like that,
Mm-mm.
or
Sure don't.
get messaged on Facebook. So how does it work? Do you approach Conformco and be like, "Ayo, do you guys need some live visuals?"
No, I was told that this is what's happening. I was just Chris, I played with Project 44 for a while, and Chris just called me up one day or messaged me or however we communicated. She's like, hey, we're doing this Conformco thing, so you're going to do visuals. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Okay,
So I
awesome.
just
You
did.
you were well. They are a corporation, so you were headhunted.
That's true. I think it's true.
Okay, all right.
I would have had no objections either. I kind of was like, well, hey, can you send me any type of audio samples so I can kind of get a feel of what I need to start cutting together? And they sent me just some stuff, no scratch vocals or anything. And I was like, awesome. I know exactly what to do here. So it was kind of a
Awesome.
perfect fit.
Well, let's take a look at that. If I have all my stuff set up here, which I may not, let's take a look at your a little bit of you live, and then
Sure.
that'll go into some of your amazing backing video for Consumer Holiday Product. So this is we're watching you live right now. Drop do a little Kano mashup. Yes, that's pretty awesome. So you're dropping these samples live? Hell yeah. So you're running 3 stations at once here. God damn, man. You are on a Subspace channel indeed. You are faster than light up in here. That's like industrial music. And now we are crossing over into the little goddamn joke backing visual for the holiday song. The opening arc is and I think that march just works up so well. And then every like, are you tired of like oh, that's so great. Like oh, it's quite great.
Embarrassing mistakes.
Oh, what's up to Nick? Hey, what's up, man? Well, speaking of embarrassing mistakes, that'll be the chat room
Right.
fails. I'll keep going back to that. Who cares? It's fine. Facebook's fine.
It's true.
So we will look forward to that magic live because it's we have live visuals, so you have to change it up a little bit, kind of every show. It's not just like a set.
Oh
MPEG.
yeah, no, definitely not. I have an A and a B deck for my main videos running, and then I've got 4 samples under each deck. And there isn't just like one video where I hit play and then just dance around like an idiot. I'm pressing a bunch of buttons whilst dancing around like that idiot. But yeah, that's kind of how I approach Subspace as well. Is like I don't want everything to always be the same performances. So if I'm mixing 2 videos together, I'm using a DJ controller with DJ software to do this stuff. So if I catch like a cool clip, I can catch it and like scratch the clip or something like that.
That's awesome, man.
Like this, like I don't know, this is kind of bad example here. Let me load something up and I can kind of show
little
you.
live show. Big ups to fellow Gossical DJ Narc in the chat room. What's up, Isaac?
Hey, what's up, Isaac? Oh yeah, DJ Narc's got a Twitch channel you should probably check out.
Yes.
All right, so anyways, you can see I've got this video running here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I can catch it, and I can kind of just use the platter as if it was vinyl.
Oh, nice.
And scratch it back and forth. So when I find really cool stuff, I can manipulate it in that sense as well, and I can fade it over, and I've got samples I can layer over stuff, and it's like, oh, here's some other samples, bro. Look, oh, bam, fucking space.
Oh man,
shit. Right?
Wait, Space Couch. Oh, Grasp Logic is in the chat room. What's up, man?
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on up there.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's a busy boy. So as a Milwaukee native myself, there had been attempts at getting a Milwaukee Industrial Festival going, and nothing ever really stuck before.
Sure.
Sorry,
you're not wrong, man.
Fellow Milwaukeean John J. Verbos jumped in at just the right time and said, when are we going to talk shit about AmPsych? We got 5 episodes just dedicated to talking shit about Milwaukee Industrial Legends, AmPsych. Speaking of Milwaukee Legends, we were talking about festivals. None of them ever stuck until the aforementioned Sanctuary Festival. I think we're coming up on, what, dude, 4 or 3?
This will be the 4th one?
4th one! And I know you have been involved in that. Tell me about your involvement in the Sanctuary Festival, and if it's not too highfalutin, do you attribute that in any way to the sort of Milwaukee thing?
My involvement, I don't handle booking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just told, hey, these are the people that are coming through, and then I kind of stage manage. I'll wrangle people's video inputs and outputs. If they don't have visuals, I'll get something running if they want. Put the screens up and down. We'll show up early to help people set up.
Oh, nice.
So I'm kind of just mostly like the stage wrangler or manager, whereas my wife, Angie, hello, Angie, she does so much promotion for not just Sanctuary Fest, but if you see a promotional post about most anything substrate related and almost anything industrial related in Milwaukee, she's probably involved in some way, and I think that's a big part of what is kind of made Sanctuary Festival successful. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah! Big ups to Angie.
She was able to get us on MSOE last year.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
Once again, for the listener, MSOE is sort of it's in the top 5 of like cool things about Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Is that there's this really fantastic, the School of Engineering of all things has
Sure.
been leading the way for indie radio in Milwaukee for a million years. Nevada Hardware is in the chat room and
Oh
says,
shit.
"I love that aesthetic, super cool." Um,
I got a Nevada hard on right now.
yeah, hey uh,
Heyo.
yeah, I know that dude rocks. I mean,
You're not wrong.
I'm not.
To jump ahead, Nevada Hardware is the shit, and anyone out there watching should just go buy whatever dude's got on Bandcamp right now.
You're not wrong, man. Like it. He's in a class of like I'm gonna say 7 bands that have yet to write a bad song.
Yeah, right. One of the things I really like about it, man, we are going all over the place.
Yeah, but like
One of
that's
the
kind of how we roll. So it's just the listener experience, I guess.
Sure. One of the things I really like about Nevada Hardware's music is that it's really heavy industrial, but it's also got like this old like 90s trance, like acid house techno,
So
like
good.
almost soul samples in it.
Like the
Um,
I am home.
right, and I love that shit, dude. Like I love like Thunderdome by Messiah or something
Oh,
like that,
yeah, you did not just reference Messiah.
Yeah, or like The Bomb by the Bucketheads,
Hell
shit like that.
yeah.
I love being able to drop that shit when I'm playing. So to hear
Oh,
that and like industrial music from kids from guys like that, it's
kids.
awesome to see a whole new generation of
It is pretty
stuff that
great.
sounds awesome, I guess.
Well, I mean, and your and Angie's involvement in Sanctuary Festival, like now in year 4, helps to sort of make Milwaukee a bit of ground zero for that. I love it, dude. I played it twice, and it's been like amazing to see this relatively small stage in this building I sort of grew up in
Huh.
be like, here's the Skate Nags or Leather Strapper or
Yes, or
whatever.
Suicide Commando,
Suicide Commando.
Sweat
Crazy.
Boys. Man,
Sweat.
you could go on and on with that stuff, right?
So the point is, well done to you and yours for helping to make that happen. Um,
Thanks, man.
although on a smaller scale, I know Subspace has sort of booked the Gossicles. Do you do promotion, like put on shows as Subspace?
Yeah, before, well, like back in the day, Subspace is about 6 or 7 years old by now.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this for a long time. So back in the day, it was just us, Subspace, booking some bands here and there, some guys that we want to see, but it was nothing too crazy and nothing I ever needed to make money back on.
Right.
Because I don't know if you guys know about promoting, but it's not
Brutal.
the,
Brutal.
hey. But then we kind of started teaming up with DJ Ecto to bring in some of the bigger bands. Like we brought Ghost, and not like
Yeah.
the metal band Ghost, but the synthwave
Oh,
Ghost
yeah.
without the H. Protector 101, actually, we just brought him back a second time with
Nice.
Street Cleaner. So it's really nice to be able to bring bands kind of like that through. But I don't know if I'd say I'm a promoter. Sometimes
Okay.
I just put shows on,
You put show. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
if someone wants to contact me and see if I can put a show on with them, I'll be like, sure, I can take a look at that.
All right.
So
You're one who promotes and not a
yeah,
promotor. You're not promotor
sure.
101.
No.
The okay. Well, good to know, man. Like I know it's a rough game. I've dipped my toe into it every now and then, and it's pretty thankless sometimes.
Sometimes you just want to see a band, though.
Yeah.
Like the last time we had, it was Street Cleaner, Nevada Hardware, and Protector 101, and all three of those acts I just really, really, really wanted to see. So I kind of didn't care whether I would potentially make money or not on it, because I just wanted to see all three of these dudes in my like club stomping grounds place or whatever.
Yeah.
It was
Good
fucking awesome.
stuff, man. Are you writing your own music these days or anything like that?
No, I was in like some bands in high school and stuff, but
Mhm.
I'm way more interested in like grabbing some videos and throwing it at the
Cool.
wall with other things. It's kind of like a
Cool.
puzzle, you know.
Interesting. Like you sort of have these pieces and you're supposed to like just like hidden temple them together like that like with the
Pretty
three.
much, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for getting my obtuse Nickelodeon reference.
It's awesome. You've seen some of those behind the scenes YouTube videos on that stuff, and it's crazy seeing those kids go
Crazy.
through all those like blue screened
Yeah.
obstacles. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, peeling back the curtain on shows from my youth in a subspace channel back in time.
Oh,
Speaking of going back in time, as a fellow Nintendo aficionado, uh, I asked this question to Absinthe of Faith, but
Shit's getting
uh,
serious now, man.
I know I fell in love with it, so I'm gonna ask you.
Right.
Okay, you now have magical powers to go back and fix like let's say two Nintendo games in their natural state,
Sure.
and then if you want, you can elect a game or two in 2020 for rebooting. So how?
Okay. So fixes, right?
Right.
I actually took some notes on this because I wouldn't want to sit here for 20 minutes hemming and hawing because that's what it would happen. So I actually sat at work for a lot longer than that figuring this out.
Oh man.
One, I would really like to have a map screen and a save password system in Blaster Master
Good lord, that is good.
because
Oh,
fucking
that's
sitting
good.
through that in like one sitting is just a pain in the ass.
That
And
was
like,
a whole day.
right, and especially now that I'm not a young child with all this time, so I ain't got 6 hours to sit through this crap.
Oh, Blaster Master was an epic journey.
Yeah.
Multiple play modes.
Right.
You saved a frog, which I
Yeah.
thought was great.
Yeah.
And
Drive tank, jumping tank.
right, you could, but you went into this overhead thing.
Oh,
And
look,
it-
look behind me. You can. I've got actually Blaster Master.
Oh, the dude is on point.
Yeah, check that out. Bam.
And it was this giant game, and they just did not bake in any sort of
No,
save.
not even a complex password you can write down wrong and just get pissed.
Oh God,
Just like 30 characters.
30 characters, and it was the worst if it was like Willow or something where they had to put little serifs on the letters, so you wrote down an N as
Yes.
an M, and then
Yep.
there goes a week of your life, right? Like,
No, I always hated that.
oh God, it's like
Okay, so that was one.
great, love it.
I would love that there was not a third phase in the boss fight with Jaquio in the first Ninja Gaiden game. Because I could
Oh,
just cruise through that game until that third phase of that boss fight, and I'm just
too
not.
tough, too tough.
Can't
John
do
J. Verbo says Justin Bailey. You are not wrong. We could have used some Justin Bailey
Right.
action in
At
either.
least-
You go
Or
on?
I know what John will like this reference. Some Foxhounder kills the big boss. What that one?
You could, I mean, Metal Gear 1 for the NES had some sort of password-ish thing.
That was. Foxhounder kills the big boss is one of them.
That's one of them. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
you
was not
start
aware of
out
that.
right before like the Metal Gear computer and
Oh,
right at the
oh.
end of the game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, could have used it in Blaster Master and
Right?
Ninja Gaiden or however it's properly pronounced.
Whatevs.
Whatevs. We're talking about the same thing.
Right.
Was just you were cruising along. It was
I know.
fun. I slash my sword. I get the guys. What the ... the whole thing.
Yep.
And then that multi-phased boss.
I know.
Oh,
and the
I
last
forgot
phase,
about
he's
that.
like this giant like shrimp or like space shrimp or something like that. And I'm like, man, I need a health bar refill at least.
It was so like just to feel that kind of hopelessness as an 8-year-old.
Yes.
Fucking brutal.
Right. So that was my
Fantastic
fixes.
calls. Fantastic calls. Okay, we fast forward to the distant year 2020. What do you
All
think?
right. Reboots. I would like to see, I don't know, a reboot, but like some more Zelda 2.
Okay. Oh,
You know, like Zelda 1
Fuck
and
yeah.
like, Link to the Past get all this love because they're great and like,
Right.
oh, Ocarina of Time's really cool and stuff, but kind of really like Zelda 2. So that's
no,
awesome.
we are definitely commensurate on that. I thought what's it? Is it Link to the Past?
Link to the Past.
Was
No, Link to the Past was on the Super Nintendo.
yeah, whatever.
Right?
Yes, Zelda 2.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the name of it, but yeah, no, upward thrust,
That's-
downward thrust, wildly underrated.
Yeah, as the Adventure of Link.
The Adventures of Link. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like
That game's my jam.
that
So-
game is great. You can flying through the keyhole as a fairy. Like
Yeah.
somebody really thought about it. Like there's a lot
know,
of
right?
love in the game. Yeah, it gets shit on a little because it's like a side scroller, but it's a very Linky or Zelda-y, if you like.
I thought the controls were really tight. I really liked the slashy, and like you said, up thrust, down thrust. There was a little bit of gameplay with like the hit 'em high or low, and you'd have the enemies
Right.
with the shields.
The
so-
way they did magic, like I
Yeah.
thought it was really great. The puzzles in like the towns were awesome.
Sure, yeah. Hanging out with Error and shit.
Going down chimneys, like
Yeah.
there was, I mean, there's enough in the mini games that like it's the entirety of other shittier Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So
You remember
yes,
there was the bug in some town that you could like get onto the roof, and if you jumped up off the screen and turned into a fairy, you'd like glitch out and fall through some screens
what?
and go to like some unfinished ghost town and stuff.
Get out!
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Oh man, we're learning
Some some deep cuts.
deep
Oh.
cuts here on Subspace Couch.
All
I
right, so
gotta
that's
try.
one. I want to catch the other two because I'm really excited
Yes,
about
let's
them
do it.
actually. I actually couldn't stay with just the NES.
All right,
So
cool, man.
I jumped over to the Genesis. I'd like to see more Comic Zone. Comic
Yes.
Zone was great, but really
Oh,
hard.
Comic Zone's so good.
But Comic Zone was awesome, and especially if they cel shaded, it could look really awesome. And ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo
Fuck yeah, dude.
is the Super Jam, and there hasn't been anything like that since. So
Oh, okay. I'm loving this. Like,
I just had to get that out of my system.
no, totally. We got to keep the ponytail for Comic Zone, and
Yeah.
Or not. I don't know. Maybe.
No,
Like,
no, it would be completely fine if it was just like, oh yeah, this is totally '90s, bro. Woo! No, excitement and ponytail and the shades, and he's got the half shorts, but they're tight.
oh yeah, Comic Zone. Oh man, I had.
He has pet rat. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
then you'd punch dudes through the comic pages. It was great. Dude would draw in
So good.
more enemies. It was a good game. I liked it.
Oh man, and yeah, me and my brother and I used to rent that because we knew it was like a solid like
Yes.
you would get your $2.50 worth at Shamrock
Right.
Video on Burleigh, I think it was.
Yeah.
In Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
For me, I think it was a Video Plus.
Nice Video
Yeah.
Plus.
Rent that copy of River City Ransom at Video Plus if they finally have it in.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh man, me and I'm flashing back to Shamrock Video where me and my buddy Ryan spent a whole summer trying to beat not Deja Vu, Shadowgate.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because like I mean we had to have spent enough money renting the goddamn thing to just buy it twice over.
Sure.
But you rent it. But Grasp Logic is reminding me, Comic Zone is great, but let us not forget the amazing city-building, side-scrolling crossover that was ActRaiser.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
ActRaiser 2 is garbage because they're like, hey, let's just
I
make
never
an
played
action
it.
game.
Is it
And it's
just
not-
action?
It's just the side-scrolling action, and it's a lot more difficult. But
Okay.
it doesn't play the same, and that's was kind of the charm of ActRaiser was being a god. And I'm gonna build some stuff, and throw some people over here and save little Timmy and all this crap.
It's okay.
Then I'm gonna go down and slash dudes up. It was an awesome soundtrack. It's great.
Fantastic. So, you heard it here. Subspace wants LX to fix Blastermaster and shit. I forgot.
ActRaiser Comic Zone.
ActRaiser Comic Zone are rebooted. Great stuff. I love it. So, do you have? We'll just stay on NES for a second. Do you have a top
Sure.
3 favorite NES selection?
Yeah, it's a good thing I did this early too, because I was able to easily get my top 2, and then my top 3 turned into like 5 games.
Yeah.
So
right.
I think my favorite one is Bionic Commando. It was my very favorite
Strong.
NES
Very
game.
strong.
Not only for the gameplay and stuff, but I really like the music. Man, like Capcom was really like putting out banger after banger in that era, but
Yeah,
I think
music
Bionic
is
Commando was like super awesome.
Crazy good.
Right. And this dude Simon Viklund, when they did a remake of Bionic Commando, Simon Viklund did like this kind of really heavy electronic remake of all the tracks. So if you're interested in some of that, it's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I did not know that.
it's really awesome.
I'm checking
So
that
yeah,
out.
and then the Castlevania series, the series
Okay.
itself.
We'll
I
count that.
can't really pick one.
Sure.
And then after that, it turned into a bunch of different things. The first Batman game,
Very strong.
super awesome.
Very
Also,
strong.
really good music because Sunsoft, Blaster Master, and Batman, they got really good music on that. I really like Ninja Gaiden. Again, really good music.
Mhm.
The G.I. Joe game was really good. Really
Oh,
good
yes.
music. The first one and the second one. Wizards and Warriors was really good.
Mm.
Really good music. And we already talked about River City Ransom.
Very good. Yeah, I have River City Ransom at number 1.
Yeah.
Probably Mega Man 2.
Okay.
at 2, and then it gets, like you said, then it gets dicey. Like it depends on the day of the week.
Right.
We are wildly aligned. I would definitely go. GI Joe is a
Yeah.
strong contender for 3. Like getting
There's
to
a-
steal the Cobra ships or whatever. The Cobra.
Yeah, that was really great. it didn't like even if it wasn't the GI Joe license. Just I think that the the game that's there is awesome, and then to
Right.
throw the GI Joe in there, which is kind of like kryptonite for people that age, type thing.
Right, but like I mean, you get to pick a party and level up guys, and
Yeah, yeah.
like the
And it's
you're
like, oh man, I got to level up Snake Eyes so he can shoot out Hadoukens and stuff.
right, but like your weaponry visually changes and stuff. Like a lot
Yes,
went into it.
right, right.
Um,
Yeah, I
was
really like the
very
license.
impressed with GI Joe because like licensed games are always kind of the kiss of death, or were
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
guess. And I mean maybe they're awesome now.
Mm,
Um,
I guess it depends now.
So let's get back into the DJ side of things, because
Sure.
obviously you are a master of the visual, but you got to drop tunes alongside it.
I
Uh,
do try to drop only the most choice of beats,
well,
sir.
awesome. What are you listening to these days?
Let's see. Well, I already talked about my Nevada hard on that I have, so I just want to talk about that again.
Fantastic.
And I hope you're still watching, because you're awesome and do that all the time. Multiple Man is super awesome. I've been listening to a lot of Contra Void
Very cool. Very cool.
lately.
Yeah.
Contra Void's the jam. Pastel Ghosts and Mr. Kitty were recently on tour. We got to play with Mr. Kitty at SUBSPACE a couple months back, so that was really awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi, my fiance, and I happened to come across Contravoid in at one of the DOS Bunker festivals in Los Angeles, and like that we were blown away. Like that's the
Yeah.
act we kept talking about. Like, I mean, I went to go see, you know, Pankow and like FGFC 820, and like they were great, and then it just was just thrown for a loop by the wonderment that is Contra Void, and not just
Yeah.
because he has Contra in the name, but it doesn't help. I heard there's a code that you can
uh,
put in
I
to
don't
get.
know.
All right, I mean,
I don't think there is.
it's
I
just a
think
rumor.
yeah, it's just a rumor.
It's fake news.
Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. We
Doesn't
didn't
exist.
spend. No one spent so much of their time and effort writing songs about it.
No one who would.
Who would?
Uh,
That'd be stupid.
that'd be beyond a waste of 20 years.
Oh man.
Who are your heroes?
Uh, you know, like I said, I was preparing for this, and the only I don't idolize or have heroes or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
anyone who takes care of or rescues animals that are special needs or
Oh
elderly,
wow, good answer.
that is somebody who is doing something that I personally, I don't feel like I'm a strong enough person to be able to handle that.
It's a lot.
Uh, so for someone to be able to do that, like that's awesome, and do that shit all the time because they're much better person than I am in that
Wow,
respect. So
that was an amazing answer, David. Thank you.
no
Uh,
problem, guy.
I really dig that. Um, if someone was looking to get into, I'll couch this, pardon the pun, by saying, come up with your own style. But if
Right.
someone was looking to get into the overall art of live visual mixing, is there a resource base to start from, or a road down which someone should go?
Well, I mean, first you're gonna need footage, and obviously YouTube is a really good place to get footage. Sometimes you'll have some problems ripping stuff off of YouTube if there are there's like some highly litigious music involved in some of those videos, but there's ways around that. I've really found Internet Archive
Oh, nice.
is is the jam and a half, because not only will they have some of the more like known stuff, like, oh, if I need nuclear test footage, like that's obviously where you're gonna go, right?
Right.
But there's so much other stuff on there, but you just need to dig. You need to spend time and
There's
just
a
dig,
lot. There's a lot.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're watching hours and hours of footage well, of questionable quality just to begin with, because it needs to be of questionable quality to begin with,
Hmm.
just for you to want. And then it's like, oh well, I watched 4 hours of video today. I got 13 seconds,
That's how it
you know,
works.
or something like that. So it must be the same as like digging for audio samples, I would assume.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, like I do that for backing visuals for gasoline and vertebrate and the
Right.
gossicles, and you're
Yeah.
hoping this thing works, and like your analogy is not bad. Like I'll do a search in on like Scriptorama or something, like search through movie scripts for
Sure.
a line I'm looking for, and
Yeah, yeah,
then the cadence is totally different, or there's like a car horn over it, and it's just
yeah.
it's not gonna work. But
There's some stock footage companies that have the same thing for video footage. Like you
mm,
can do a search for like car crashes, old
hmm
timey, and bullshit like that.
right, and I've looked at that, and it's yeah, okay, this is the exact clip of like a frog fetus that I need, but it costs 55 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
It's not
Mm.
quite what I'm looking for, and so then I'm gonna search through
And you go back to Internet
in an
Archive.
archive.
But now
Um,
you got some better search terms
but
to
I
aim
guess
you in a better
in like
direction. You know.
worst case scenario, I know how like heart surgery worked in the 50s now,
Yeah.
because
Tear for some reason, and I'll never be able to forget that, or how to clean a bathroom, or something like that.
it's all there. It's
Yeah.
pretty fascinating. So
The
check out
amount
that site.
the amount of things that companies who were able to make videos thought people needed instructions on is amazing.
It's
Back in the day.
unreal.
It's ridiculous. There's a video for every single thing, like how to brush teeth, go to bed, how to dress, all that stuff. And it's like, do you really need an instructional video? And where are you watching these instructional films? Because it's not like people had VCRs or something like that. So they're all watching them in the same room at school, and it's weird.
It's almost as if a bunch of like madmen looking dudes in the 50s were like, in about 60 years, people are going to need some crazy looking stock
Yeah,
footage to do glitch video mixing.
right.
So
So we better get on this
we
now.
better get on this now. I mean,
There's that one company too, is a Coronet.
oh yeah,
So anything with the Coronet logo on it, you know, is probably an awesome film strip or
I
something like
start
that.
salivating like it's Pavlovian's fucking
Yeah,
instructional corporate video.
pretty
Uh,
much.
so if you're looking to get into video mixing, check that out. Is there any brand of like software or hardware that people tend to start out on?
Most people, when I talk to them and they're like, "Oh yeah, you do video DJing and stuff," they're assuming I'm using some of those more like loop-based programs like
Mm,
Resolume and things like that.
I have no
I
idea.
use Mix Vibes Cross,
Okay.
which is a DJ. It's a regular DJ software with a video plugin, and it's got those sample decks. It just handles video just like it would an audio file.
Mm,
Um,
nice.
because what I wanted to do is I want to have these long clips. You can't, if you use Resolume or some of these other sample-based or loop-based programs, you can have like 90-second loops and that's it. But like I'm DJing, man, like I got to pay attention to the music. So if I need to let a video run for 10 minutes
Yeah.
or
Right.
30 minutes or something, I don't want it to be the same 90 seconds
Oh
looped for
God,
20 minutes, you know?
I love that.
Like I'm looking at my video files right now and I've got stuff that's like an hour long, you know? It's
That's
like I've got
awesome.
movie length features in here that I could drop if I needed to and go do stuff. And I can't really do that with that other software. So my workflow is kind of different because of that.
All right.
That's how I, as opposed to like, here's my DJ loops and, it's like I'm going through space and like CG music and all that kind of stuff. All of
That's
my
great,
loops are
man.
just clips of just weird stuff.
I mean, how many times have you been to like an industrial show or something, and you're watching a backing video and it loops around again after 2 minutes, and you're like, well, I guess I'm watching 45 minutes of this, a
Right.
helicopter crash or whatever. Uh,
Exactly. And I
so
want at least like I want like the long if 10 minutes. Give me like 10 or like 15 at least,
right.
and then start looping it or something. You know?
Oh, I'm just in my mind. I'm going back to the Inferno in Madison when that was
Oh
around.
sure.
There was a DVD they had of like famous fights or something, but it was just four. It was just four fights from
Oh
movies. So I've seen the last guy in Blade die 8,000 times.
sure. I've seen that last fight from Lethal Weapon 2 outside of dude's house so many times.
So many times. So yes, if you are a band that uses AV, I applaud you, and perhaps maybe do it live or longer clips.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you do you.
that's the other thing too is like none of the stuff that I'm doing is needs to be synced.
Mm,
So pressure crisis averted.
yeah,
Like
it's
man,
a
changing stuff up sounds like work.
tall
Unless your
order.
backing track is a video that you're playing,
That's what I
like
do.
that sounds like a lot of work, dude.
Yeah, I
I
cheat,
don't want to do
but
work. No, that works out, man. But you're just one guy. You can roll up with your stuff and be like, all right, give me my mic.
yes.
Here's where I
Well,
plug in my video. Let's do this.
backed by occasionally Milwaukee's own DJ Narc.
Oh,
We'll see
it's
if we
true.
can get that going uh, this year back in the MKE.
Right.
More on that after the show.
Huh.
Um, the So we got a little bit of DJing. No, I should not say a little bit. A big component is DJing. Big component is visual. Little bit of promoting. A lot of stage wrangling for the
A lot of it.
awesome Sanctuary Festival. Uh,
Yeah, that. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about Conform Co. Project 44.
Project.
I play with AM Psych, who John. I don't know if
Oh,
John's still watching.
fantastic!
Yeah, AM Psych is
Same
at
stuff.
John's
Like
Bro.
the.
Yeah, AM Psych. I'll actually run their backing tracks for him as well.
Okay,
Their audio
awesome,
tracks
awesome.
and do videos. I do visuals for Bradley. I do
Oh
visuals
wow!
for First Wave. So I'm pretty busy, man.
The all of the Milwaukee industrial
Yeah.
royalty, Bradley, Amsite,
Right.
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Um, what is the next phase of Subspace, or what
You
would
know,
you
I
like to do?
if I in a perfect world, like I would really like to have, I don't know, like an art installation, like a
Oh, awesome!
dance night art installation thing, like projection mapping and
That'd be
like a lot
amazing.
of like interactive analog video synth stuff.
Yes.
So it'd be like it would all be stuff that you couldn't break, or it wouldn't be expensive to replace.
If we could get you in that Calatrava, the at the Milwaukee Art Museum, that would be the bee's knees. Like
That would, yeah, that would. I would love to have the time to like have just like a wall of CRTs type thing,
oh,
and
that'd be great.
that would be the DJ booth type stuff.
For
That's what I
the
would want to do is like throw these kind of like three-dimensional
hell yeah.
whatever.
TM Granado says Subspace is making bands great live. I
Huh.
agree. Um, yeah, for
Thank,
the listener, I think it's Milwaukee law that if you're a band, you have to do a photo shoot in the atrium of the art museum,
yes.
or around like the outside of the art museum, basically, or it's free.
Yeah, by
Uh,
those wings.
yes, totally, by the big
Sure.
wings,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
so yeah, that's where my mind is going for that. But like,
Right.
where's Dick's?
Dick's is actually like 4 blocks down from Club Anything. It's on
Okay,
like second national.
and
Right on the corner.
plug your night once more time, please.
Okay, so yeah, so Dick's, we do Coven, which is usually the second Saturday of every month. We do the visuals and the audio, and run the audio for the Queens there. We'll play more like house and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, but we'll go into like some goth and some industrial here and again. I got operating tracks, which is our industrial, just specifically industrial night.
Mm-hmm.
We got that coming up in February at Mad Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got I can't even think anymore of
Well,
all
I
the stuff I
mean,
got. Man.
you got
Well, we got those shows
many
coming
plate
up.
splitting. We got many shows coming up.
Yeah, there's Conform Co. and Gossicles and Sweat Boys gigs that we've got coming up.
Uh, to say nothing of Absent of Faith at Crucible
Yeah.
in Madison.
Oh shit, yeah.
Red.
Jarvis, I love you, and you do all the cool things. So
Well, he is
I
helping us
mean,
out at
he helps everyone out.
he. Well,
Any show that he's a part of, he's helping people out. So
it's pretty consistent.
yeah,
He put us up at the
Red Sea.
Red Earth, Red Sea. I say Red
Yeah,
Earth every time, but it's
we
Red
we
Sea
played that.
with Conformco and the Gossicles the last time,
Yeah,
and
that was a delicious steak sandwich I got there as well.
it was amazing.
Yeah, right.
And you're doing AmPsych in April.
Yes. Oh yeah, at Crucible.
Oh, kick ass, man! I love it. I
Psych.
love it.
Yeah.
Um, the the warehouse in La Crosse, which I've never been to. I just growing up in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, I just heard about this legendary punk rock venue in the north.
It's the staircase, man.
Oh, is it the staircase?
The staircase is like just 2 floors straight up, and then another one up to the 3rd floor for the venue.
Okay. All right.
And it's got that awesome, the cover of Godlike is painted on the wall.
Oh, is
so
it
it's
really?
a huge mural, yeah. And the stage is really big, and the room sounds really nice, and it's actually a dry venue. It's a non-profit.
Okay.
So it's really cool. It's an all-ages venue as well. So,
Oh, awesome.
the first time we played there with Sweat Boys, and man, there's like I kind of wish I would have had a place like that when I was growing up. When I was like 16, if there was a venue like that, I would have been there every event. It didn't even matter, you know. So it's really nice that those guys got something like that up there.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's
I
a really
mean,
nice venue.
I'll take Mad Planet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to finally. I mean, now that I live thousands of miles away from Wisconsin, out here in Boston, Massachusetts,
Huh.
that'll
Well,
be
Massachusetts.
space that choose. Well, terrestrially, like most of the time, I'm out here on the nice edge of mortality in
Yeah,
space. But
sure.
I have a holographic projection that does a tech support day job out of Boston,
Someone's got to
Massachusetts.
do that tech
So,
support, man.
someone's got to do it.
Yep.
And work from out of Earth. Not Red Earth. That doesn't exist. I keep calling the venue in Minneapolis that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
so
I'm into it though. I know what you meant.
you get me. You get me. You get my love of Link's Adventure and the
Yeah, that's
sim.
awesome. I didn't know that you liked.
Oh yeah, it quietly.
It
I
is the jam though, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
Game Boy game is maybe
Link's Awakening.
Link's
You know, they
Awakening
just
is
they
very
just did a
underrated.
remake of that out on
Yeah, I
Switch.
might get a Switch or whatever just to play that, but
Yeah, there's other
the
cool stuff on it. You'll like.
the Nuclear Sun says, "Hey boys, thanks for making my gym time infinitely less boring." Well, thanks,
Oh
man.
hey,
Uh,
that's tall. That's tall Klieger. I know that guy.
Glitch mode in the glitch house with the glitch
Yep.
visuals.
Glarch mode, Glarch visuals.
Glarch Glarch mode. That's the Canadian
Yeah.
glitch modes. Visuals, magenta
Definitely.
nautic and nuclear solar flare
Yes.
and
I love nuclear solar flare.
right and after FX. It's gonna. It's yeah. Oh my gosh! Now we're getting into silly time
Yeah.
here on Subspace Couch. But all right, so I'm gonna put the downward thrust on the couch here. We're gonna bring it
Sure.
back into the station. Um, I cannot wait for that tour. I am very excited.
It's gonna be fun, man.
It's
I
gonna be
was like
fun.
seeing that's the whole lineup, like all four of the bands, I really enjoy. So it's not always that you get to play
Yeah, I don't
with,
know, right?
with one band that you're really into, like legitimately, let alone three other bands. You know?
It's a 4-man tour, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
wild.
It's gonna be awesome.
Check out Subspace at Mad Planet Club Anything and Dick's. Check
DIX, Dick's Milwaukee.
out Dick's Milwaukee. Check out Ampsych in April. Check
Yeah.
out anything from Bradley Conformco or Project Pitchfork. Subspace all over the place.
Project 44. You said Pitchfork.
Did I say Pitchfork?
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Just-
them. Check them
Yeah,
out too. Just as an aside, check out Project Pitchfork, but specifically Project
Yeah.
44. I fucked up. First time ever.
First time.
First time ever in the last 30 seconds because I fuck up all the time. But that's okay because the
Sure.
internet allows us to do this sort of long form bullshit.
Buffoonery.
Buffoonery, but it's the best kind when you're on. So
Oh.
I am going to punch out here. Unless you have any
Well,
final thoughts.
I really enjoyed myself, and thanks for having me on, man.
Aw, dude.
I've always liked Gothskulls, and so it was a good time when we get to talk comics and video games. So
Oh yes, well we'll have to have you back on for comic talk. I didn't even
dude.
think of that.
that'll be a long one.
That'll be
This episode will be twice as long. We did that.
Oh man, on Mr. Miracle alone, but that's just me. All right, so Space Couch out. We're on the ending credits. If you have any final thoughts you want to throw in or shout outs,
Yeah. Stuff.
it's all good, man.
Stuff's cool.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of glitched up on the thing there, but you can only restart so many times before you have to say that, like, okay, this isn't going.
Glitched up is appropriate. Oh, you'll be happy to know that I'm watching footage of TNC Surf Design right now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
you out, man.
He's skating. He's not